stretch video again today. We're going to do a bit more of an active stretching video. It's just good for joint stability and range of motion, and it's also good for any nerve irritation that you might have going on. Some of the stretches will be active, some of them will just be still, so you can just do what you want really. If it's the active feels good for you, then keep it moving, but if you prefer to just stay still with them, then you can also do that. I've got a resistance band here to help, but you can just use a dressing gown tie if you prefer, or a towel or anything like that. I've also got my headphones on in hope that we can block out the outside noises, but if not, then I do apologise. But I'm just going to mainly focus on lower body today, so if you want to get started, I will kind of guide you through what we're going to do, and then I will just leave you to sit with the stretches in whatever way you want to do. So we're going to start in all fours. So I want to do a bit of a spine flexibility movement. So if you want to have your hands underneath your shoulders, you can. I like to have my fists like this instead of my wrists flat, but you can just do whatever feels right for you. So we're going to have our back flat, and then we're going to just create some movement in the spine. So you want to arch your back like this, and then go the opposite way. So chin up and arch your back and your tailbone. So we're just going to move through this lightly and just create some flexibility in the spine. Just get the joints moving. So you can do some nice inhalation and exhalation with this. You can inhale on this movement and then exhale when you arch your back. So I'm just going to leave you to go with that for a while. And now I've got the cat joining me. Oh, no. Excuse me. Okay, and then if you want to, we're doing a sort of C shape here. So I'm kind of twisting my hips to one side and my arms to the other side. So you're getting a sort of C shape in your spine. So you just twist to do that, so you face your head the opposite way of your hips. And you should feel a slight stretch down the side here. So just go into that. If at any moment you want to pause because it feels nice, then definitely feel free to do that. I like to close my eyes in these movements as well. And then if you want to go back into this kind of pose, so we're leaning back, getting a bit of a stretch there, and then bring yourself forward into a sort of mini plank. Again, it's quite nice to close your eyes and do some inhalation and exhalation with this, but just go with whatever feels good to you. So you're sort of getting a bit of a stretch in your hip flexors here. So this is good for stretching your glutes and lower back. And then as you come forward, you're getting a stretch in the hip flexors. Excuse me. I'm aiming to do each of them about 10 times, but I kind of lose count and just do what feels nice. He often likes to join me when I get the yoga mat out. Okay, and then just, you can put your forehead to the floor and just have a little rest here. Again, just focus on some nice breathing. Right, and then just from this position, we're now going to get a bit of shoulder and thoracic spine involvement. So we're going to twist over to the right, lift your arm up, and then bring it underneath your left arm, and then just get a little twist in your spine. And just keep doing that a few times. So aim for about 5 to 10 on each side. And with each stretch that you get to, even though you're moving, you want to kind of get to your limit. So with here, you kind of want to add a deep stretch just until you can really feel it in your scapular area. Kind of go to its end range. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the other side. And you might find that one side's tighter, so you want to go a little bit further with it. So from this position, we're now going to stretch our adductor muscles. So that's in your groin area here. So same kind of position, but you just want to bring your legs out a bit further outside of the mat. Just go to your limit here, so you don't want to feel pain, but you do want to feel that stretch in the inner thigh. And then for this movement, you kind of sit back into this like this. So it's kind of similar to what we were doing earlier, but just with your hips a bit wider. Again, aim for about 10. One, I'm just gonna bring my toes together and just go into a little bit of a deeper stretch with my hips wider apart. And then kind of bring your arms down on the mat as far as you can go. But even if here is enough for you, or if you need to be up here, then that's fine. Okay, right, now we're gonna do a little bit with the hamstrings. So this will be hamstrings and hip flexors that we're moving in between. So if you want to bring your right leg out in front of you, and then just use your hands either side for your support, and then it's this kind of motion. So we're getting that stretch in the hip flexor when we move forward, and then you're getting the hamstring stretch when you move back. So again, just aim for about 10 on each side, and go to your end range where you really feel that stretch. And then, you know, like I said, if it feels pain, then stop, but it might feel quite uncomfortable if it's quite tight. So this is a sort of form of nerve flossing. So it's really good if you have any sort of sciatica symptoms. This can be really helpful instead of just a deep stretch. The cat is really enjoying it, so that's good. Okay, and then we're just going to end by holding the stretch here just for about 20 seconds. You can lift your toes up to get it even deeper, or you can just have your toes flat, whatever feels good for you. And then in the hamstring position, just do another 20 seconds there. And then we'll just switch sides. Okay, and then we'll do the same on this side. So just move at your own pace. Aim for at least 10 of these movements. Okay, and then we'll just hold each position for about 20 seconds. Just breathe through it because it can feel quite tight and uncomfortable in some areas. Okay, and then the hamstring position. And then from here we're going to just move into a glute stretch. We're just going to do this as a still stretch and a deep stretch. So if you bring your left leg forward in front of you and lower your right leg, and then you can just keep it here. You should feel that stretch in your glute area. If you want to deepen the stretch, you have to move the cat and bring your arms down. Or you can come here, so whatever feels good for you. And we're just going to sit with that and hold it for about 40 seconds. But I will do a little bit more of a glute stretch while we're lying on our backs. You can do a little bit of side to side movement like this if you want to get a bit more active in there. That can feel really nice on the hip joints. But if you would rather just sit still with it, then you can absolutely do that. So just follow what your body wants today. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So you pick yourself up and bring your right leg in front of you, lower your left leg, and then do the same if you want to stay here. My right side is always tighter, so always go as low, but just listen to your body. going to try and hold that for about 40 seconds. Taking some nice deep breaths. And then again, if you want to just add a little bit of movement in here, just to overstretch a little bit, get that active stretching, get the fluid dynamics, good for like the joint lubrication, and it's also good for sort of lymphatic drainage whenever you're doing any type of movement with the stretch, and it just feels very nice. Right, and then we're going to move, so we're lying on our backs, and you will need the band or dressing gown tie or whatever it is that you have, and we're just going to start by lying on our backs, and then if you want to cross your left leg over your right knee, and then you can wrap your hands, interlace your hands behind your right thigh, and then you just bring those legs forward, and again you're just feeling a nice stretch in the glute area. And again, this is more of just a deep stretch. He's just trying to take the limelight here. Just like to focus on some nice deep breathing. Again, aiming to hold it for about 40 seconds. You can do longer, and if you want to be doing between 40 and 60 seconds for a real deep stretch. Okay, and then if you want to lower that right leg down, and then I'm just going to cross your legs even more, so cross the left leg even more over the right one, and then we're just going to get a little twist, so move over to the right side. You can sometimes get a little bit of a click in the lower back area here, or to be honest, any of this fine, but that's just a bit of gas moving from outside of your spine, and it's nothing to worry about. Okay, so just take a nice deep breath while you're here. You can see if you can move even more, but if you feel any pain in your lower back, then just stop. Okay, and then we'll come back, and then if you want to swap legs, so you want to place your right ankle over your left knee, and then interlace your hands behind your left thigh, and then move your legs closer towards your chest. As you can feel the stretch, you can bring it closer and closer if it gets more comfortable the more you stretch, but not to the point of pain. Then we'll lower that down, and then just cross your leg a bit further, and then twist over to the left hand side. Okay, you might feel some clicks on this side, or it might feel like it can't go as far, and that's fine. in and move back. And then if you want to grab your resistance band or whatever it is that you have, and we're going to hook it underneath our foot. So I have it in the sole of my foot there, but you can kind of have it on the balls of the foot as well. And then we're going to bring that leg up and lower the left leg down. And then we're just going to get a little bit of a hamstring stretch there. Just hold that for 20 seconds. And then we're going to bring some active stretching into this, which again is really good for the sciatic nerve on this leg. Okay, so what you want to do is bring your toes towards your face and then lift them, point them at the top. So you're kind of doing this sort of flossing movement. You want to kind of keep the knee as straight as it can go, but you don't want to hyperextend it. So you can have a little bit of a bend in it if it feels better. But yeah, you're just going to bring this. And if you have got any sciatic nerve irritation, this can feel quite intense to start with, but the more you do it, you should feel it start to ease. So just keep going through it. If there's any real significant pain, then just stop, but expect it to feel a bit uncomfortable to start with, and then it should ease. So I'm just going to do that about 10 times, but this one feels so nice, so I usually do it a bit longer. So when you're doing the flossing, it is actually a bit better to have the band on the balls of the feet. And you don't want to be pulling the band too hard, because it should be quite easy to do that movement. You don't need too much resistance there. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the other. So I'm going to just start with the band on the balls of my feet. Get a nice stretch in the hamstring on the left hand side there. Okay, and then we're just going to start with the flossing. You're just bringing your toes towards your face and then pointing the toes away from you. Even if you don't have any nerve irritation, this might feel a bit tense in your calves when you're doing this. Again, that's all normal. Okay, right, and then when you're ready, just come back to seated, and we're going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed that lovely stretch, and you enjoyed my assistant helping me.